Hi guys. So today you're reading chapter 5 of The Outsiders, and I wanted to go over a couple of the questions that are really important. So I did them in class with Nearpod, but I'll just kind of record a quick little video for you guys. So we went over the second question here. What does Ponyboy's hair symbolize? So Pony and Johnny cut and dye their hair so that they don't match the descriptions that were in the paper, which is very smart. So if you look at the chapter that you were reading today, and I searched just for hair so I could find it easily, so you'll see it all here. So Johnny says, we're going to cut our hair and you're going to bleach yours. They'll have our descriptions on the paper. We can't fit them. And Ponyboy freaks out and says, no, Johnny, not my hair. And then he says, it was my pride. It was long and silky, just like Soda's, only a little redder. Our hair was tough. We didn't have to use much grease on it. Our hair labeled us greasers too. It was our trademark, the one thing we were proud of. Maybe we couldn't have Corvairs or Madras shirts, but we could have hair. So when we're asking about symbols, we're looking for a concrete, tangible thing that represents something bigger than what it actually is. So he's not just freaking out because he really likes the way his hair looks. It's bigger than that. It's kind of like at the end of Moana. If you watched Moana and you saw her put the shell at the top of the island and you were like, cool shell, she's really decorating. You're missing a big thing. So you're missing the concept of her assuming leadership or them returning to the sea. You're missing a big thing. So when we're asking ourselves what the hair represents for the greasers, here we can find big concept nouns. So it represents pride. It represents their identity as greasers. It's something that they can control. So they aren't able to have fancy cars or nice clothes, but they can control and own their hair. So your answer here should have something to do with pride or ownership or identity. It's bigger than just the hair on their head. The second question that we went over was this one here about why does Johnny think Dally is gallant? And for that one, they're reading the book. So they're reading Gone with the Wind, and I'm trying to get to it for you. Gone with the Wind is a Civil War book. So there's these soldiers riding into the Civil War and they know they're going to die, but they go anyway. So they're riding into sure death because they were gallant. And Johnny says that they remind him of Dally, and Ponyboy's like, Dally's kind of a jerk, there's nothing gallant about him. Then Johnny tells a story about Dally getting arrested, and he stays really calm and cool. He didn't even do the crime that they were accusing him of, but he took the blame anyway because he didn't want Two-Bit to get hurt. So if we look up the word gallant, we can use this dictionary here. Gallant means brave or heroic. So the things that make Dally brave or heroic is that he's willing to sacrifice for his friends. He's willing to take the blame and the punishment for something that he didn't even do to protect Two-Bit. So you should have something in here about this story and him being brave and taking the blame for something that he had nothing to do with. The last question that we went over was this series of questions down here about Dally carrying a heater. So Dally says, we can't walk alone at all. I started carrying a heater. And Ponyboy says, Dally, you kill people with heaters. And then Dally says, don't worry, it ain't loaded. I ain't aiming to get picked up for murder, but it sure does help a bluff. So we can use context clues here. Something that he's carrying that you can kill people with that is, or in this case is not loaded, that you can murder somebody with. We can use context clues to determine this is a gun. And we typically think that you would carry a gun for self-defense, but we know that he has absolutely no intention of actually shooting somebody because there aren't even any bullets in the gun. So the reason why he's carrying it is for a bluff. And what that means is he could pull it on somebody, make them think that it's loaded and that he could hurt them, but he doesn't actually intend to. So he's carrying one as a threat. He's using it to scare people. I want you in your answer to have something about how it's not to kill people with. It's just to scare them. So those are the ones that we went over, and the remainder will be your responsibility to fill out. And this is due by 11:59 tonight, in addition to reading chapter 5. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out.